Are you tired of struggling to make money in your business? I know this might sound a little bit spammy, but mindset around money is the number one thing that holds people back from succeeding in their business. Now, I know this isn't my usual stand up and train in a well-lit room kind of video, but this is going to be a little bit different. Not even as much of a training as more of a conversation between me and you. In this video, I'm revealing some pretty important things you need to do to start getting your mindset right around money so you can start making more dough. You know me, and what I usually say is, I'm Katie Fairhurst, and I help hardworking women build meaningful businesses online using successful habits and evergreen strategies so they can create the life that they want without the long hours or overwhelm. But now I want to say that I want to help you get your mind right because you really can't move forward until you do. Now, like I said, this week is going to be pretty different than like the other trainings that I usually do. And I'm certainly not any kind of certified mindset coach, but like these are things that I've learned and that I've worked through over the last year and a half. And trust me, I'm still a work in progress, as are we all. So I hope like some of this helps you too. So everybody is looking to make more money these days. I mean, we see the rising prices everywhere. That's why we start our side hustles and that's why we start our businesses. Make more money, get more freedom. I mean, who doesn't want to become financially free? Who doesn't want to have to cringe when they look at their bank account statement? Who doesn't want to take their family on more vacations? Who doesn't want to be able to live life on their terms? I totally get it. But unfortunately, so many people put some kind of energy that is so intangible around money that it makes it impossible for them to earn their full potential. Many people can't get past the lack that they feel right now. Many people feel like no matter how hard they try, they just aren't good enough to make more money. And we live in a society where people just always want stuff. We're always operating from that place of wanting more and more and more. We see commercials, we see social media posts about it. There's always the next best thing for you to buy. The thoughts that it actually starts up in our minds is a sense of lack. There isn't enough to go around, or certain people can only certain people can afford certain things. Most of us are programmed from the time we are children that money doesn't grow on trees, or if you want a huge amount of money, you have to work really hard and you have to work long hours. Maybe this is from your parents, or maybe this is from watching TV, or maybe you've already had some setbacks in your business and you're still feeling pretty bad about them. We've had this conditioning that we've become accustomed to, and then we're in this society that places value on needing more and more. So it makes it almost impossible to break that cycle and to break our autopilot mindset habits so that we can have success in our business and make more money. But let me tell you, money is all around us. Everyone has some money and everyone will be spending some money. So what's stopping you from earning some of it? You see these celebrities in their lavish homes and their fancy cars and expensive vacations, and you think they're above you and that they deserve it more than you and that you can't have it. The truth is, they're no more worthy than you. They just had a goal and a vision of living that lifestyle, and they weren't going to let anything stop them from getting it. That is mindset. If any of this is helping you so far, can you please hit thumbs up and maybe even subscribe? Because I just want to know that you're getting this and that you're needing this, and that I hope that some of this is resonating with you. So the first thing I want you to do is think about why. Why do you want more money? What will the money do for you? What are the good feelings and thoughts that you have around it? What is the feeling that you want to have by having more money? Does it provide freedom? Does it provide relief? Does it provide security? What would money in abundance provide for you? You have to get super clear on your why. Try writing this down and getting into the details of why. Don't just say, it'll give me security. Get deep into it. Find what that security would mean for you. How would it make you feel? Write down specific personal things that more money will do for you. Once you get super clear and specific on your why, you can start the process of changing your mindset. Let me put a thought into your head. What if money was just paper? What if we were the ones putting so much emphasis and so much value on it that it becomes unobtainable? What if you could use the same energy and the same power that you use when you go to grab a sandwich at the deli? You can do that, right? Of course you can do that. You can go grab a sandwich. No one has ingrained in you since you were a child that you couldn't go and buy a sandwich. No one ever told you that you couldn't drive to the sub shop, that you weren't smart enough to place that order, that you wouldn't know what kind of sandwich you wanted or what ingredients you wanted to put in it. No one tells you that you're not educated enough to make those decisions. No one tells you that you don't know how to take out your money and how to pay for it, or that you don't know how to take out the right amount of money to give to the cashier to make change. No one says that because for us, it's silly to even think about. But what about a child? What if you expected a 3-year-old to drive there, place a specific order, pay for it, and drive home? Even sillier, right? I know this analogy sounds like totally goofy, but think about it. Most of us have no more education about earning and managing large amounts of money than a 3-year-old does about driving a car and going out to eat. They know it can be done. They've seen grown-ups doing it, but no one is expecting them to do it themselves or really focusing and educating them and conditioning them to do it yet. I mean, you teach them about these things as they grow up, and they learn how to drive and order and pay for food. But what if you're told that 3-year-old, and all kids for that matter, that their whole lives only certain people are allowed to drive? Only certain people are allowed to go out and buy sandwiches at a sub shop. Only celebrities and really smart, hardworking people can do those things. And that's what you see on TV and social media. There's no real explanation for it. It's just the way society is, and that's the way it's been forever. Imagine how those kids would grow up in a society like that. They would place so much value in driving and going out for a sandwich that they would think it almost could never happen. They're not good enough. They're not smart enough. They're not worthy enough. Now, this is something we view as like completely impossible, and it would never happen because it sounds weird. But this is the way that millionaires view money. Oh, I need a little more money. I'll just whip up this project and boom, money's flowing in. Of course, most of us don't think it's really that easy. But either these people were born into money, so this mindset was ingrained in them as a child, or they're so stubborn that they wanted to be rich so bad that they found a way. Regardless, they spent years building systems and hiring the right employees so that they are just like constantly earning the money. For them, it's no different than going and buying a sandwich. And in reality, it takes the same amount of mental focus and common knowledge to get it done. You may have heard of manifesting. No, it's not magic. It's bringing something tangible into your life through attraction and believing. One of my absolute favorite teachers of this is Abraham Hicks. When I first started listening to them, I was very confused. But after some time, I really got it. And my mindset was changing and improving more and more every day. If you haven't listened to them before, there's videos all over YouTube. And I think it'll give you a pretty amazing take on life. Well, they're big for saying it takes the same amount of energy to manifest a castle as it does a button. I remember one story where Esther Hicks, who's the speaker, she heard a story about a man who kept manifesting pennies. And she thought that was pretty nice, but she didn't put much importance on it. But within minutes, a penny almost jumped out of her bag. Then she and her husband were traveling, and it's this adorable story of how they just kept seeing pennies. And she kind of thought something was funny about it and that the universe was playing games with her. She and her husband saw more pennies and more pennies, to the point a few weeks later where they were seeing so many pennies that they thought they were playing tricks on each other. They even saw 2 pennies on an airplane floor standing straight up on their edges. I mean, come on. I'll link the story below because I just love it. But the point is, they didn't put any resistance into seeing pennies because there was really no need to stress about it or to block it in their thought patterns. So the more that they saw the pennies, the more they knew they were just going to keep seeing more pennies. Like, did you ever notice that when you get something new, like a new car, all of a sudden you see that same car everywhere? Like a couple of years ago, I got a white Jeep Wrangler. All of a sudden, I started seeing white Jeep Wranglers like everywhere when I've never even noticed them before. Like even on the way home from the dealer, I was seeing them. And of course you have to wave when you have a Jeep. But the white Jeep came into my experience, and because I had no resistance about seeing other white Jeeps, I just kept seeing them. And now I just keep seeing them everywhere. That's not to say that they weren't always there to begin with, but my brain had absolutely no interest in seeing them, so I just never noticed. But now I still see them everywhere because I just expect to. That's my subconscious mind at work. And money is also always there. Everyone has some. Everyone's going to be spending it. Release the resistance in your subconscious. Money is just money, and it's everywhere, and there's plenty of it. And that you having more of it does not take it away from your neighbor, and your neighbor having more of it does not take it away from you. God does not view anyone more worthy to get money or abundance than another. And we all view abundance or having money differently, and it's all going to be a different amount or a manifestation. But when you can hone in and focus on what the money would actually mean to you, what you would do with it, what you would spend it on, who you would bless with it, that's when the mindset shift will happen. And that's when you'll be inspired to take some kind of action in the right direction. Listen to that inspiration. Get educated to the direction that you want to head so that you can try and make all the right moves. Get help from experts that are moving in that direction. There's an entire line of work called life coaching that I didn't even know it existed before I got into business. It's not something that's widely advertised, but these are people whose entire job is to put you on the right track in life and sometimes in your business too. So you can find help and you can find education. Find your way. Find a way that feels good to you. Take action and the abundance will come. But learn to only think positive thoughts. And when you catch yourself thinking something negative about yourself or about money, change it immediately to a positive. This is going to take some time and some practice to master this, just like any other skill. Think about if you're right-handed and you want to become, or you have to become left-handed. Not an impossible task, but definitely takes some skill to master. When you first start out, it feels totally unnatural and you really have to think about it and concentrate on what you're doing, and your handwriting is going to be terrible. But if you keep doing it over and over and over again, you will master that skill. Mindset takes this same kind of practice. If you think about, say, how no one likes you, instead say the right people love me. When you think about you're too old, say, oh, I have plenty of time, or I have so much life experience. If you think you're too young, then say, oh, I have plenty of time to learn what I need to learn. The point I'm trying to make is that your default is to go to the negative and the lack. You have to retrain your brain to always go to positive, because the inspiration is in the positive. Your job from now until forever is to always reach for the best feeling thoughts possible. That is your job. Your new job is to make sure that you are happy and positive as much as humanly possible. Mindset is everything. And I encourage you to seek whatever help you need to discover what your blocks are and to work through them. There are lots of free resources out there, especially right here on YouTube. You can change if you want to and make your business as successful as you want it to be. Remember, you are enough and money is just paper. thanks for indulging me in this topic. I really hope that it sparks some inspiration in you. That's all I've got for today, and thanks for watching.